Okay, yes, in recent times, the act of ritualism and, of course, cyber fraud has become a trend in Africa and, of course, most especially in Nigeria, with so many youths engaging in Yahoo, cyber fraud, and, of course, rituals. In recent times on the news, we've seen a lot of reported cases of people being abducted, and, of course, with some of their parts missing, suspected to be taken away by ritualists. And so many stakeholders in the Nigerian system, have criticized the movie industry, that is the Nollywood, for playing a huge role in the promotion of these social vices. Now, is this true? Is the Nollywood promoting social vices? Talk about cyber fraud, talk about Yahoo, talk about ritualism. These are what we'll be discussing today on Facts Corner Sport and Entertainment. And on the show today is Dr. Gideon Oguniye, who is ready to take us through the journey. Dr. Gideon, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Samuel, for having me, and good evening, everyone.
All right, so I am Samuel Adebayo Abodure. Thank you again for joining us. And right now we are going straight to the talking point for today. Looking at the Nollywood industry, talk about the movie industry of Nigeria that has, produced a lot of movies. Looking at their content, a lot of people believe that the Nigerian movie industry, bring about elements that pushes cyber fraud. Talk about their content. You see cyber fraud and extravagant lifestyles by these celebrities, and of course the role they play in these movies. Now, do you agree that this content promotes social vices and influences youth to want to toe the path of going into ritualism and even cyber fraud?
Thank you. That's an important question. The trend that we see today, these social vices, Yahoo, hookups, prostitution, kidnapping, sex trafficking, and money rituals, ritual killings, all of these are trending because of this desire of young people in Africa, or especially in Nigeria now, to get rich quickly, illegitimately. And I think we are oversimplifying the problem if we think that Nollywood is the only sector that we need to blame for this kind of problem. It means that we're simplifying the problem. We have to look at our society. What is our society doing? What I see happening in Nigerian society today is glorification of rich people, glorification of social relevance, quick words, without asking logical questions of where these words come from, where this money come from, the kind of money that people are parading. So because of the society not asking those questions, it makes people that are rich, especially through illegitimate means, to become role models for young people. And these young people, they fancy the lifestyles of these people and they want to be like them. And I think that is why this current trend of ritual killing is increasing. Of course, Nollywood is contributing to it because we are living in a time where young people need proper education, right education, to know that this is not the way to go. So I think Nollywood needs to change the way they convey the messages they convey. What we've had in the past with Nollywood, Nollywood give education on these social vices, and we see that they cannot work. That model cannot work for what is happening today. So young people don't listen to the message that they are trying to pass across. They are listening to, they are saying the thing they are projecting. They are not looking at the subtle messages that come with those content. So I think they contribute a little bit, and they need to change the way they convey the education they are trying to convey.
Yeah, okay. So taking it from where you stopped, Dr. Gideon, now looking at one of the reactions of a veteran actor, talk about Jide Kosoko in a recent interview, when he was asked about the role that the Nollywood played in promotion of social vices, in terms of corruption, in terms of fraud, and of course, Yahoo. Now, he responded angrily, stating that no matter the content that the Nollywood is bringing out that there is always an attachment of the consequences that follows all these social vices. Now, looking at the consequences that movies that has been released, so that's the consequences and of course the aftermath of those social vices has been portrayed in these movies. Do you think the consequences and the aftermath is equivalent or enough punishment for those that have participated or been involved in these acts as put forward by the
Yeah, that is why I said
punishment justifies not to go into these acts?
Yeah, so that is why I said that Nollywood is trying to educate young people or educate their audience through that way, but it's not longer effective in the sense that people are not looking at the education that comes after they have displayed those incidents of visual killing. When they have displayed those content, people don't listen to that educational part again. People are looking at the graphical information they are passing across, and it's kind of influencing the youth. And it's not only them,
the extravagancy,
the music artists, the kind of extravagancy they display on social media, the celebrities, the kind of words, the way they display the words. And we've been talking about these problems in the past couple of months on this program, on why we need to tackle this problem through advocacy, through proper education, and especially social media literacy, and so on and so forth. So I think what we have is a failure of institutions of government and civil societies. They have to see this as a big problem and come up with initiatives on how we can address these problems. What do young people see as role models? What do young people see as standards, as values that they must uphold? And we see that there is a failure of institutions, there is a failure of family values. In those days, our parents used to put emphasis on family name, on dignity, on hard work, on prayer. I think all these messages are missing today, and different stakeholders that are involved in this, the Nollywood, like we mentioned, we need to project the message in a different way. The music celebrities, the government, social families, societal families, I think they have failed in their roles to address this problem, and that is why we have this prevalence.
Okay, talking about these extravagancies and of course, the way it has been portrayed on the media, social media, and of course, Jide Kosoko was also of the opinion that instead of pushing the blames on the Nollywood, that we should take a look at the politicians who go about flaunting money and doing a lot of extravagancies, probably during elections and different occasions. Now, looking at the Nollywood itself and talking about some celebrities, their lifestyle on social media. In recent time, we saw Zubby Michaels, posting something online talking about his transactions in a nightclub, and it was a huge amount of money. So looking at what Zubby Michael and some other celebrities also portray on social media. So do you think that all of these situations are coming together? Do you think we should now take the blames out of the Nollywood and place it on the politicians without talking about the celebrities playing a huge role as well?
Yes, we have to distribute the blame. To be honest, we have to distribute the blame among the political actors, among celebrities, among institutions like Nollywood, so that because all of them have roles to play, like I mentioned earlier. So we have to distribute the blames. If you look at the problems that are caused by, if you look at it from the political angle, if you look at the problems that are caused by bad governance in Nigeria, it's also part of the thing that is contributing to this. We have the problem of food insecurity, social unrest, problem of poverty, problem of youth unemployment. So, and if we don't address all these problems, then we are not addressing the problem of visual killing and cyber crimes in Nigeria. So we need to address this problem from the political angle by having good governance, we can remove the problem of youth employment, and then we can address the problem of youth empowerment, and that way we can solve this problem. And then we also have to look at how institutions of government have to go after celebrities that are negatively influencing young people. So celebrities have government agencies, government institutions have to go after those people and make scapegoat of them. And also we have to come down to the family. What kind of values are families in the society? What kind of values are they passing to their children? So we have to look at all these problems, and we also have to look at it from the aspect of the education. What kind of education are we giving to people, young people? So there is a collapse of education also. So what kind of education are we giving to young people in various educational institutions? And maybe we need to start coming up with specific education, civic education, and specific education that targets cybercrime, that targets ritual killing. So we need to see this as a problem, and every stakeholders in the society have to play their role to tackle the problem.
All right, so thank you so much on that, Dr. Gideon. And talking about that point that you talked about, the roles of the family and of course the social community has a lot of roles to play. Now, looking at the Nollywood, I want to ask, because Dr. Jide Kosoko suggested that, of course, the Nollywood will have to reduce the tempo of, putting ritual content and, of course, cyber fraud content in their movies. So aside that, stuff's coming together by the Nollywood, what other roles do you think the Nollywood can actually play? I'm talking about the Nollywood now. What other roles do you think the Nollywood can play, to actually preach against these social vices? Talk about Yahoo Yahoo and, of course, ritual.
Yeah, they have their own association, and I think they need to discuss, they need to educate their members on the type of content they should be producing at this period where we have these prevalent ritual killings among young people. And also governments have to come into this in terms of censorship, censoring the kind of production or the kind of content that is coming from the Nollywood. So have a strong stand to make sure that we don't promote all killing, because it's not it's not going to work again by saying that at the end of the day there are consequences that are attached to it. People are not listening to those consequences. They are not looking at it. So I think we should just delete those kind of production and those kind of content from our space, so that we don't indirectly promote ritual killing and cyber fraud.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Gideon. And of course, you've heard it all. So the community, the family, the Nollywood, and of course the political class, have huge role to play to help us in this African continent, and of course Nigeria control and contain ritualism and of course cyber fraud. So a lot of people need to do a lot of things to ensure that these social vices are taken out of our society. And this is what we are doing on Fats Corner, and this is what you're getting from us. Thank you so much, Dr. Gideon, for coming through.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sama.
So to see some of our content, you can go on our website, www.fatscorner.org, and of course you can follow us on Facebook and of course on YouTube. Fats Corner, fact in uppercase, while the corner in lowercase. Thank you so much for being part of our world. Do have a wonderful evening.